Hi guys, I hope you guys are all doing good. There's a guy who is dating a woman who's had two children from two previous relationships, and the guy is asking the question whether I think he can proceed with the relationship or not. Like, you guys have turned me into this marriage counselor and relationship expert, but my view is this. I don't have any issues with a single mom with two children from two different fathers. Life happens, things happen to the best of us, and it's never our place to judge people. I always say that if you haven't walked in somebody's shoes, you have absolutely no rights at all to play judge and jury on somebody's life. And here are my circumspect comments. The other thing I want to say to you guys is that I will absolutely never tell anybody whether to leave a relationship, get into a relationship or not. I can give you pointers and things that you should consider in order to make that decision, but ultimately, the only person who is going to be in that relationship is you. And so you're the only one who can use the points that are raised to weigh your options and decide what works best for you and to go ahead with that. And lots of people who actually know what the answer to their problem is or what they want to do, but they always want other people to validate their decision and agree with what they're wanting to do. I am not you. I'm not in your situation. Only you know what you can and can't deal with, and only you know what it is like to be in your situation. And so, as I said, I never give advice to people to leave their marriages. So if you're coming to me asking me, should I stay or should I go? I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you. I can give you things to think about, and that's what we're going to be doing here. So I just want to set the record straight so that we all know where we are and we can go on from there. Now, with regards to the woman, as I said, life happens. This is her situation. Take it or leave it. Now, for the guy who's asking me this question, the things that I want you to consider, whether you choose to go in or out, that is your own prerogative, is that you must understand that these two fathers are always going to be in the picture with regards to their children, and you being the husband or boyfriend or whatever of a mother with two children. If you can understand that, and if your spouse to be or wife or girlfriend or whoever can build healthy boundaries where the children's dads understand that she's in a new relationship, and when she has dealings with them, all their dealings is strictly about the children and no other conversations are going on behind closed doors, then life is good. It's all about setting healthy boundaries. A lot of people get quite concerned when they're dating people that have had children from previous relationships, because in a lot of situations, what tends to happen is that somehow, because of the linkage with the child involved, with the two parties involved, before you know it, the two people who've created this child are still in some relationship that you don't know about, and then you're blindsided. I always say that whoever is dating somebody that has children, especially if you get into their relationship and the children are really young, you need to ask yourself the question and be able to satisfy yourself that this girl or boy or man that you're going with who has the children has actually severed that relationship with the mother or father of the child involved or children involved. Some people will tell you, oh, me, I've never done, if the relationship is finished, there's nothing going on. I actually have a friend who dated a guy that had had a child. The baby or the child was about under the age of 2, convinced my friend that there was nothing going on between him and the mother of the child that he had. And my friend believed him. She would go visit him and would even buy gifts for the daughter. One day she decided to go surprise the guy because they lived in different cities and it was Valentine's, and she thought, I'm not going to tell him I'm coming. I'm just going to go surprise him. Got on a bus that took about 10-hour journey, got off, got in a cab, got to the guy's house, and it was first thing in the morning because she wanted to get there on the Valentine's morning to surprise him, only to get there and be hearing some funny, crazy sounds coming out of his bedroom, and only to get into the house or be behind the bedroom window and peep through the window, and there is the boyfriend having nice mama and papa time with the mother of the child. The child was there too, which meant that the child and the mom had gone there also to visit this guy. And the two of them were having a happy time, playing happy families with a sleeping baby in a cot next to them, when the girlfriend had arrived to surprise him for Valentine's. I don't need to tell you what happened after that, but you can see some of the things that I'm saying. It happens a lot, and a lot of people get concerned that whoever the party that is getting involved in those kinds of dynamics understands the whole situation. The second thing I want you to also understand is that unless you really, truly, fully love this woman and you're devoted and committed to her to the point that you are happy to support her to raise these children and be a fatherly figure in the life of these children, especially if they spend a lot of time with the mother of the children, you need to understand that that is going to be your role. My question to you, are you ready for that commitment? There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's some amazing stepfathers out there. Are you prepared to step up and be there for these children? I've seen a lot of people, because of the goodies that this woman may have, how attractive she looks, or whatever it is that is pushing you into this relationship, they haven't really thought about the full ramifications of what they're getting themselves into. And then once they've hung around the time and all of that, and now they're saying, well, I'm just spending all my time raising somebody else's children. If you go in with that mindset, you're going to have a bumpy, hard ride. But if you understand, and if you're going in purposefully because you love this woman, and you love her children, and you want to be a fatherly figure in the lives of these children, my brother, think about it. Children are a gift from God. You don't have to raise your own children biologically in order to be a father, but you have to be completely devoted and dedicated. Do you have it in you to love somebody else's children, as it were, and be devoted to help this woman raise the children? If you know that this is carry me go, if you know that this relationship is just, hanky panky, let's do this, help me finish my course, make I go chop am leave am, please. If the relationship na chop and leave, please don't go and complicate an already complicated situation. Especially for the children. Don't do that. Don't go into and be exposed to the children as somebody that's going to be there for them, only to ditch them because you just ruin or make a bad situation heck of a lot worse. I'm pleading with you. If you know that is not possible, then don't do it. Don't do it. Now, the other thing I also want to say is that this woman already has 2 children. What are your intentions? Are you going in also wanting to have children of your own in a marriage? How many children can you afford to have and actually provide a better life for? Put them into education and step up and be a father in every sense of the word to all of these children. These are all things that you need to consider. If you know you're as broke as a church mouse, you can't even see your own whereabouts, don't go and get into something that you are not fully prepared financially, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually for before you get yourself into that. The other thing that I want to say also is that, sometimes when you're with a partner that has children, it's all hanky-dory when the children are not with them. For example, in the West, you can meet someone whose children live abroad with extended family. So to you, she looks all single, or he looks all single because his children have been, shipped off elsewhere and other people are raising them. Those kinds of relationships are very exciting because the man is like a bachelor and the woman is a spinster because her children don't live with her. It's exciting to meet such women and men and have your whatever with them, right? But when the dynamics change and now the children are introduced into the relationship, unless the man and or woman are fully committed and understand what they're walking themselves into, it can be a very difficult reunion. I've actually seen people walk away from relationships after being with the spinster or bachelor whilst the children were away from them, because it's nice now. You can wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and do mama and papa. But suddenly now the children are in your relationship, and at 4 o'clock in the morning when you want to do swinging pendulum or apple game, and now you can't do it because Ngozi says he has headache and he can't sleep. Or Chioma comes into the room at 4 o'clock in the morning and wants to speak to mommy or play a game or needs mommy to take him or her to the bathroom. There is your moment. It's not easy. It's not easy. It takes actually loving the person that you're with and understanding the role that you're going to be playing to actually get yourself entangled in that relationship. I am not saying that it doesn't work. I am not saying it can't be done. I am just saying that you need to fully understand what you're getting yourself into before you get yourself into that. Once you're fully prepared and you know that that is what you want to do, then you can go ahead and do it, knowing and preparing your mind psychologically, emotionally, and getting your finances in order, and decide that this is what you want to do. You're staying for the long haul and help this woman or man raise their children. This is my understanding. This is my view on the issue. I will never say to any, oh no, don't get involved in that kind of relationship. The question is, are you ready for everything that comes with that kind of, are you committed to staying and doing the needful? If you are, why not? But if you know you're not, if you know the whole premise of the whole thing is just to go get some jiggy, please. There are other single people who have the same thing and can give you that if that is what you want to do. But always remember that what goes around comes around. If the intentions are bad, there's no blessing that is associated with that. Never think that you can take advantage of people, because it always comes back to bite you in your nyash where it hurts. Always does. Unabating. Nature always has a way of evening things out. Never think that you can walk into a situation and take advantage of other people. It doesn't work. I love you guys so much. I hope that this a good pointers to help people in this situation decide, and go forth knowing what you're getting yourself into and understanding the full ramifications of what it is. Sometimes when the person or the partner with the children has already had his or her children, may not be necessarily interested in having other children. You need to understand that too. If you're marrying a woman who already has 3, 4, 5 children, chances are she doesn't want any more children. If you've never been a parent, if you don't have no children in your life, if you're going into the marriage wanting more children, and these are conversations that you need to have with the spouse, with the children, understand what her position or his position is. Don't come back later and say, but he didn't tell me, he already has children, she's not being fair to me, why can't I also have my own children with her? These are conversations that ought to be had. I always say this, that don't get into relationships and be so fixated on mama and papa all the time, because there's so much more that goes into a relationship that is going to stand the test of time more than mama and papa. A lot of the time, mama and papa doesn't even go on for more than 10-15 minutes. Let's just put it out there and say it as it is. Right? And so a lot of us basing decisions on solely mama and papa get it 10 times wrong, because we get into the whole thing. And it's like, is this what, I didn't sign up for this. Well, what did you sign up for? A heck of a lot more goes into relationships that stand the test of time, other than mama and papa. That is not to say that it is complete without mama and papa. Equally important. But basing it on that act alone between the two of you doesn't make the equation balanced. Before mama and papa, what are you going to eat? What una go chop? I ain't be important too. The bed where you two go lie on before you guys go they do mama and papa, very important. If the bed is not made, the sheets are not made from Egyptian cotton, may not be very comfortable. Your skin may end up with bruising and scarring from sleeping on yeye bedsheet and yeye mattress. So, all these things are factors that you need to consider. I'm being silly here, but it is important that you do this. Now, before I sign off here, my name is Sika, and I am starting my classes. The first one is on the 7th of January. Webinar about how to plan 2023 so that you can have successful outcomes and not just have New Year resolutions that are sitting there that are vague and meaningless, but actually setting goals that are achievable. If you want to know how to do this, if you want to be tutored and to help you figure out what it is that you want to do in 2023 with your life, planning in 2023, please subscribe using the link that is going to be put on top of this video on Facebook, and sign up for your place. Spots are filling up. Thank you for everybody who signed up already. The price is a no-brainer. If you haven't signed on to this thing already, you are missing out. Saturday is going to be the dynamite. We're going to have an exciting time, and I can't wait to hear what people have to say to you guys on the back end of what they've learned from this course. Don't miss out. 9 a.m. Calgary time, 4 p.m. GMT. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna be excited. We're gonna learn a lot. So you better come in, get on the class, and let's make 2023 a year of a difference. Bring a pen and paper. You know what your New Year resolutions are. Write them on a piece of paper and come, let's study. Okay? The 7th of January. Come, book your space before there are no places yet. Those who have booked will tell you. Okay? I love you guys so much. I want to see people that are actually succeeding and thriving. And I wanted to thank every single one of you that share the videos, follow, like, engage, continue to do all of that. If you're only on Facebook, it's time for you to go to TikTok and also subscribe to Sika Educates. It's the same name on TikTok, the same on Facebook, the same on YouTube. Sika Educates is the name. Okay? I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.